when you look at the Web3 sort of ecosystem as a standalone, what would you say are the fastest growing subsegments within Web3 or just company types driving significant adoption on sort of AWS today in that category?
I think I really liked what you said about your vantage point, because like it's very relative, because I work with a certain set of customers, and these are like, in my way, like growing really well, and and between all types of customers, like which ones I see a lot of activity in exchange and trading, and it's very interesting. Like our initial conversation, the move from traditional finance to to DeFi, like this transition is happening, but it is not like entirely different. Everything is new, everything is different. It is also following the footsteps of the proven steps. Like I remember one of my customers said, "Look, I came with this great idea. Like when we do the trades, we should do pre-trade compliance, screening, so that like we don't spend so much time." I said, like, look, that's a great idea, first of all, but you didn't invent this, So I see huge activity, and you can cross-check what I'm saying with numbers, is in trading. And this is not like the jargon in our world is like the retail people are directly interacting with exchanges. This has never been seen, for the record. Like if you look at the history of trading, like usually it is institutional. Even if the individuals trade like us, they are usually trading through brokers, some intermediate companies, and it only happens in certain hours of the day, in certain places, certain things. Now, fast forward today, it is 7/24. Retail people can literally interact with largest centralized and decentralized exchanges directly. And also the institutional players are now coming in because as a liquidity is there, like people are interacting. I'm super excited, and it may be impacted where I am because I'm building a lot of low latency systems, but it is happening right now all over the world, certain parts of the geo more than the others. And we all know like it's a little bit Eastern way, but hopefully in US soon. And but the trading is happening. I think it will fuel other things, because once it is a financially stable world, I expect more data providers, I expect more dApps, I expect more chains doing like day-to-day things as well. And this is separated from what's going on with the stable coins and the tokenization. That's also going very super active. But I think if you really look at the growth charts, I think I really like the trading part.
Uh-huh. And then, there's this constant debate in sort of what's called the institutional realm and their interest in Web3 between different types of implementations, whether that is, blockchain networks or private, permissioned implementations. I'm curious how you would frame that, sort of thinking from an institutional perspective, and, maybe pros and cons, potentially just sort of where you see it playing out over time.
It's interesting. Again, if we do a correlation with the past terminology, remember the first days of the cloud, there was a big conversation about public cloud, private cloud. Oh, I want private, I want public. And fast forward, like it's so like my first, interaction with the Web3 world. Oh, public chains, private chains, enterprise, retail, like all those conversations. But I think the story is going in the same direction. And all my activities, even if institutional, like large scale enterprise is currently warming up, that's the best way to put it, with the vertical, it is all happening over public chains. There is definitely activity in the private chains. If you ask me, this is my personal view, 90, 95, maybe even more of the activity I'm seeing is in the public side of the business. They are still institutional. They are still large players, traditional financial players, but the transactions are taking place on the public chains.
Got it. Now, obviously, like our space, Web3 is really defined by community. And so beyond sort of tech, can you describe a little bit about what things AWS does to support Web3 companies from a business and an ecosystem perspective, and helping them, sort of collaborate and grow within their own bounds?
It's a good question, because I meet with a lot of customers, like companies. Like that's usually the first question. How can you help? Like, are you here to position AWS services? Like, do you want to show me what kind of products you have? That's usually a good start of the conversation. But our answer is very different. Like, we are a part of your team. We are here to grow your business because it's a very natural business. If we are partners in this one, in the growth story, we grow together. It's not like AWS grows more, you grow less. Technically, you should be growing way faster than AWS, so we are actually growing very healthy in a very healthy way. So in order to accomplish the growth, we work together. And it's not just us providing infrastructure services to make you more cost efficient, reliable, or secure. It is also aligning your business goals and realize them together. And this involves with a lot of programs. We have different programs with different for companies at different stages of their journey. I'm in the startups. So with the startups, if the moment they get into the startup ecosystem as a part of an accelerator, incubator, or one of the investor, I call it found it or fund it, we directly start investing in the startups, and everybody is familiar with the credits. We give them like literally tangible support, but it is just like the visible part of the iceberg. We support them with every definitive like way of like giving them technical resources, giving them blueprints, and doing joint GTM activities, creating opportunities for them to reach their main audience using our connectivity or like our resources. We are literally having a full motion of growing our startups customers. And this is just one side of the business. We also follow the regular Amazon flywheel. Like, we have a marketplace, we have a partnership program. We have the most vibrant partner program, 140,000 partners in the ecosystem. It's a community itself. And so we bring in our customers into this ecosystem, so we grow together. Like I heard, I need to cross-check that fact. Like 40% of the AWS revenue comes from companies who were once a startup. So we are investing in the startups with programs, with teams, with resources at every different level. And this is repeating itself at many different stages, at the enterprise level, Fortune 500 level, the global level. We are building dedicated teams to support our customers.
Very helpful. And maybe moving into what AWS is doing and has built in sort of the AI specific, vertical. You obviously have a very broad and growing AI portfolio, whether that's, SageMaker, Bedrock. Can you walk the audience through how these offerings align with different types of companies building in AI today?
Yeah, a very good question, because we want to have the most comprehensive solution set where customers can build and use the technologies. As I said, the AI technologies have been with AWS for a very long time. But if we do currently the main focus is on the Gen AI, I will start with that part, So first of all, we provide the most performant and cost efficient infrastructure for our customers to build, to build foundation models, deploy them, train them, and run their operations. This is like the compute, the storage, the well-known components of AWS is out there. And it's with the four main layers. So first of all, we give our customers choice, a lot of different choices. NVIDIA it is. AMD it is. And we have our own processors. We have our own silicon. We have our own GPUs. We give very different options for our customers so that, they can build by their choice, not because we force them or like they are forced to do certain decisions. At the second layer, what we do is, as you get into any AI project, the technology is great. It is creative. It is like groundbreaking, but without data, it doesn't work. So you need to have a very solid platform to manage your data. So what we are doing very hard is that we are also integrating the data layer with the AI projects. And I will explain a bit more like how we differentiate those parts. But at a very high level, we make sure the data management, the data lakes, accessing data, storage of data, processing, labeling, all those parts are actually within the same ecosystem. They are all integrated into your projects. That's the data part. And two more pieces actually complement the AWS logic. And maybe it's not AWS logic, it should be everywhere, but again, and security. Because security is somehow, when you're super, especially with startups, like super excited about the solution, like thinks, oh, let's do it, and everybody is on board. But security is hard. It requires very specific, very dedicated resources. So we put a lot of security resources, and we make sure the security is managed. At least with the resource that we provide, we make it easier. I'm not saying easy, but easier, better, and more secure, of course. And the last thing that is the bread and butter of AWS is scaling. So how we can scale. So going back to your original question, sorry but this is the managing logic. So what we do is, as I mentioned, we provide the most cost efficient and performance driven infrastructure. Okay, so this includes the compute. And we also, if you want to have this infrastructure managed, I'm building a foundational model. I'm building a large inference farm. So all those things, we have a managed product called SageMaker. And SageMaker is a family of products, actually. With the SageMaker, we just released a unified IDE. So the unified studio actually allows you to access all these subcomponents, the data layer and the AI layer at the same time. And it helps you to build, train, deploy, manage, and ML ops all in under the same umbrella while managing your data sets. So that's the SageMaker side of the solutions. So this is for companies who are either directly tapping the infrastructure or building the infrastructure, managing all your process through a managed layer, which we call SageMaker. All the notebooks, all the ops layer, they all come with the SageMaker. One step further, if you go, we have the Bedrock. If you are building applications, you are not building foundational models. You still do like your own data sets. You do RAG. You are even like fine tuning certain models, and you need to access different models. You need to test them. You need to optimize them. And what we do is we provide access to multiple LLMs and foundational models through Bedrock through an API. Like that is like actually, if you build applications once, this is a really great service. You know what you want to do. You want to leverage the whole technology. You want to use the technology. You want to build new things. And we have the Bedrock layer where you have access to all this infrastructure with certain things I mentioned at the beginning with the security, and also we have guardrails so you can control questions and answers. And with the agents integration, we will probably touch that topic later. And all those parts come through an API through Bedrock. So it's easier to build applications. But it's not there. We still go in the application layer, because what if you are not building applications, but you still want to leverage, the technology? We have so many solutions in the how your work gets done with the generative AI. So on that layer, we have the Q business. You basically drop all your corpus, the data, into the solution, and you just start querying your data sets through natural language. That is doable. We have Q developers, so you want to build, you turn your developers using the assisted development environment, QCLI, Q developer. These are great tools. It's not limited with that. Even from supply chain to call centers, we build in the Gen AI technology into the solution set, so our customers can use the new technology easily. So like from the user level to application building to the foundation infrastructure layer, we have 3 different sets of products.